Some they call it functional alcoholism, but if you know anything about Ben, he's got vision with precision, microphones and a tinkle of derision. You're about to hear what beer can be. It's time for Barley and Me.
Welcome to Barley and Me. I'm your host, Ben Risse. This is episode 156. We're here today in Rancho Cordova at LogOff Brewing. With us today is Jim Noss, one of the owners.
Hello.
And brewer. And one of the other owners, Matt Risse.
Hello.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
All right, so let's just get down to business. How's business here at LogOff Brewing?
Business is good, yeah. That's the one-word answer you want, right?
Yeah, exactly. I needed the compelling radio of one-word answers.
Yes.
We all love it. We really came here for the yes, no, maybe.
It's good. It's fair. It's decent.
I refuse to
It's
expand
great.
on those.
Okay, perfect. Business
good interview.
is good.
Yeah,
Great.
Business has been good, though. It's, of course, we opened in the middle of a pandemic, and...
Stealing my second question. I see how it is. All right.
Then it's good. I mean... we got trivia night tonight. We have several different events that we have throughout the week, and a lot of people show up for them, and we're able to, consistently bring out new beers and give people what they want to drink. And so that's how I, define things as good around here, especially coming out of the pandemic.
Matt, what's your definition of good?
Well, my definition of good is seeing our regulars. I mean, we have a great group of regulars, core regulars, I'd say, and it almost feels like a Cheers type situation where we're used to seeing some of the usuals and having a good time with them, and it's almost like family at this point.
So what you're saying is strangers are not welcome here. If you haven't been here already, stay away.
Get out.
Get out.
Get out of here, Ben.
That's what we heard.
Actually, yeah, we've seen you before.
I've been here a few
we've
times,
seen you before,
actually.
so
I'm trying to build
you're
up
welcome
to
here,
the...
Ben.
Yeah, we're not sure about
This
you,
is
Ben,
maybe
but-
my sixth visit here, which is a lot for a place where, I didn't go anywhere during the pandemic. So I think I'm doing pretty good.
I think you are.
At being here.
I think so. But no,
We'll be the judge of that.
Even regulars aside,
my definition of good, 6 times in 6 months.
Even regulars aside, like we continue to get more people out here, which is great. I mean, as things start to open up, like we see more and more new people. Matt's been great about getting comedy nights going and keeping trivia going, and we have acoustic Thursdays, and we see more and more new faces every single week, which is fantastic. So people are wanting to get out and live life and drink and be happy, be merry.
Yeah. You also recently, let me know if this is true, celebrated 1 year?
We sure did.
That is true.
3 months ago. What is it, the
Is it
9th?
3 months
Yeah,
ago?
3 months ago,
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
That's
Yeah,
madness.
it's crazy. Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to believe that we're 3 months removed from our anniversary. It just seemed like a mad scramble to get ready for it.
And hard to
And
believe
then-
that a brewery that opened in a pandemic can be a year and 3 months, and we're still in it. Anyway.
Yeah, it's very, very difficult. Yeah. I mean, at this point, never mind. I won't say what I was going to say.
Yeah. The topic is well-versed.
Yeah.
But one of the things you guys open with, which I do enjoy, is the basic idea around LogOff Brewing. Can you tell us a little bit about what that name means to you?
Jim and I both worked at the state doing IT work, so we were able to log off and do something we're really passionate about, which is open a brewery. And that's one thing we want to share with people is them being able to log off and do the things they enjoy, which hopefully involves a lot of craft beer drinking. But yeah,
it doesn't necessarily have to.
no, it can be anything. It can be go kayaking, sing, or whatever brings you joy. That's what we're all about at LogOff.
It's a state of mind.
Exactly.
Log off.
Do you guys offer an option to hide somebody's phone if they want you to? It's like, hey, I'm having really a lot of trouble logging off. Can
If
you
you
just
don't
take
want to
my
give me that
laptop?
option, I'll probably break it.
Okay.
You don't need this, right?
Yeah. It's like,
So one thing I always
You
clarify
might want to
is
check your emails first.
we're not anti-technology, we're anti-stress. So if technology brings you joy, by all means, go for it. But otherwise, we're all about anti-stress and doing the things that bring you joy.
Walk away from the things that do cause
Yeah, I mean,
stress.
there are so many things that, like, technology-based that are a de-stressor. I mean, I go home and play video games at night. I love playing video games. I watch TV with my wife, and being in front of a screen isn't necessarily a bad thing, although maybe my eyes might say something different. But it's fun. It's good. It's mainly
it
just
all
being
depends on the person.
Yeah, exactly.
And their way of getting away from whatever's stressing them out or bothering them.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was just remembering. So you mentioned that your eyesight is probably going because of all the video games you play.
I am wearing glasses.
And I'm wearing glasses, and Matt's wearing glasses. It reminds me of an episode I did in Oregon where I had a comedian as a guest, and we realized as we were talking that we all had shared like this one weird thing in common that wasn't a physical attribute or like our jobs or anything like that. And he's like, we should have a podcast where we just talk until we figure out what weird thing everybody shares. And like, we should find out what weird thing we all share that isn't beer. That's the occupation for you.
Yeah,
so that's
absolutely.
ruled out. It's not physical appearance. But I'm like, I don't feel like now I gotta figure. That's too much pressure. I'm saying that's the goal. Now it's like a whole
no.
thing.
Let's try and figure this out.
Yeah. So I think one of the beers that we're drinking can maybe help lead us to this because we talked about it a little bit before we started recording. We've got the palate cleanser here. We've got the Boys of Summer American Lager, along with some other beers to drink here. Tell me the story about this one, Jim.
Yeah. So the Boys of Summer is named after my grandfather. He was a baseball player in the major leagues in the 40s, 50s, 60s. And he won a couple World Series, one with the Braves, the Milwaukee Braves, which is a little different than some listeners might realize. It's the Atlanta Braves now. Although I
previously
think
the Boston Braves.
Oh, see, more than I do.
Sports fans.
Yeah.
Hello.
And the St. Louis Cardinals. And so he played most of his career with the St.
Previously the St. Louis Cardinals.
Yeah, exactly. So we named the beer after him. He was one of the Boys of Summer, and so Boys of Summer was a common name for a baseball player back then, and it can be now too, but it's less commonly heard, I believe. I don't know, maybe if you watch baseball.
I think baseball historians and longtime baseball fans still use it.
Yeah,
I remember hearing it as a kid in like the mid '90s. It was still kind of a. I think they tried to bring it back in a baseball card set, like an insert of like the Boys of Summer.
Yeah, and so my grandfather, Vernal Leroy Nippy Jones. Nippy was his nickname, and like I said, won a couple World Series, played, jumped in and out of the minor leagues up into the major leagues, and some of the fun stories are, was it back on the Cardinals? Yeah, Cardinals.
The shoe shine.
Yeah, the shoe shine incident with the.
Famous story.
Yeah.
Never heard it.
It was game 4 of the World Series, or game 3 or 4 of the World Series. If my mom were here, she could tell you a little bit better, right? So, where they're playing World Series against both World Series were against the New York Giants, New York Yankees. I'm more of a football fan, right? Yeah, my grandpa would be ashamed. So he gets hit by a pitch, and he's about ready to take his base. And the umpire calls him back. He's like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "I got hit by a pitch. I got hit on the foot." And so he's playing against New York Yankees, like I said. Yogi Berra is the catcher at the time, and he knows that there's a shoe shine spot on the ball. And he's about ready to throw it into the stands to get rid of the evidence. Yogi Berra. Yeah, I said that, right?
He got it.
Oh, okay. Hey, yo, boo-boo. So, he's about ready to throw it into the stands, and my grandpa goes up to him. He's like, "Hey, let me see the ball." And so there's like a really, really cool picture where my grandpa's holding the ball, showing the ball to the umpire. And he's like, "Okay, take your base." So he was the tying run. And then shortly after, the tying run, and then the next batter up, or maybe 2 batters up after that, hits a home run, so hits in the winning run. I'm not sure if it was the 9th inning or not, but they end up going to Game 7 World Series, winning the World Series against the Yankees.
Nice.
Really awesome.
So that run definitely mattered.
Definitely mattered. Yes.
Yeah.
Make sure you take your ball, or take your walk.
Yeah. You got to argue for that. It's like.
Absolutely. Any time you have a person on base, it's definitely.
For a long time we didn't believe that.
Yeah, that's true, because we just wanted to hit home runs all the time. Yeah,
and then
no, I'd love to see baseball get back to small ball. And what was it? Similar to the? Oh, I can't remember. There was a team a few years ago that was playing small ball. Was it the Astros or? I'm pretty sure
Let's
that's
not
not
touch
right.
the Astros.
Yeah, I know.
They were playing a unique game of baseball for sure.
Yeah. But no, it was the Blue Jays. So I think it was the Blue Jays a few years
Did he
back.
actually keep Yogi Berra from tossing the ball into the stands?
Yes, he actually said, "Hey, let me get that ball from you," and
he
took
stepped
the ball
in like
from
Bill
Yogi
Russell
Yeah.
and swatted it away.
Or
grabbed it.
Matembe.
I mean, that is huge right there.
Oh,
that he
yeah.
actually physically kept it from going in the stands, because that would be easy. You would
Oh
think.
yeah, you just toss it right into the stands.
Toss it in there, and then
Yeah. You don't
the game
know.
is as it's called,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot less work than trying to steal Albert Bell's bat bag. Do you guys know that story?
No, I don't know that.
Albert Bell had his bat confiscated by umpires to have it checked to see if he'd corked it because he was like hitting a lot of home runs.
Oh, no kidding.
And so one of the relief pitchers for the Indians crawled into the duct spaces above to crawl down into the room where they were keeping the bat, replaced it with another player's bat, and they're like, "Hey, this isn't even the same color of wood, and the name is on it. It's not even Albert Bell's bat." They're like, "Who did this?" And they're like,
How long was this? Like
96.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow, I was going to say 5 or 6 years ago, but
No.
that's kind of how I imagine 96 to
This
be.
is
at
what
this
we had to
point.
do before
Yeah.
instant replay,
But it was,
right?
he had to slide in, like Mission Impossible and things like, I'm going to also sneak in from the ceiling.
That is amazing. That's where they got the idea
Young
for Mission
Tom
Impossible.
Cruise, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. Just dumb. He has other bats. Surely he has other bats that hopefully aren't corked. You're like, Albert, one bat not corked? He's like, nah, they're all corked, man. I'm sunk. If they catch me, I'm sunk.
You got to have one.
You gotta
just
have
to,
one
show.
dummy bat. Everybody knows it.
That is
One
that's
legitimate bat, Albert.
funny. Yeah, at least one. And keep it in your ball bag. And keep the other one with you at all times.
Yeah, so it doesn't get mixed in with the ones you want to
Yeah,
use.
absolutely.
And then, of
no
course,
one touched this. This is
A bunch of
my
people did a
bat.
bunch of scientific research and found out that corking your bat actually hurts you. So,
Wow.
just waste of time.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But hey, you live and you learn.
so really, I wanted to tell
And you
you,
get fined.
I knew about the shoes incident, so I could tell that story, so I could get to my story about espionage. No, actually, it's my uncle played in the professional leagues, but only got single A ball, but he got drafted twice by the Texas Rangers.
Oh, twice.
That's awesome.
Twice.
Yeah. I mean, anytime you're that good to play, I mean, I'm nowhere at any of those levels. And I'm like, anyone at that athletic level is great.
So we got to find the third. You got a professional
Oh,
baseball
yeah.
player
You got
lying
a
around?
professional player of any sorts?
Yeah, we'll take any professional sport,
Yeah,
but preferably
cricket?
baseball.
I think we're going to come up short on this one, guys.
Handball?
Well, we tried.
Handball. handball.
How
I
about,
might have been able to make it in
cornhole?
handball. I'm
Cornhole?
Not, cornhole.
Yeah, professional cornhole.
Cornhole. I
Okay,
feels,
yeah.
like,
So
still being
back
established,
during
so.
the height of the pandemic, when we were on lockdown, we would put on cornhole championships on the TVs because there was no sports on. We were trying to figure out anything for people to watch, and so we're watching these professional cornhole championships, ESPN the Ocho, but it was actually ESPN 2, which
Because like we have nothing.
there's nothing to show.
The NBA's done. We don't know.
Everything
is
was
this
done.
programming? Fine. They were showing some real weird stuff, so I believe that the cornhole probably did happen.
Yeah, I think I was watching that up until 3 or 4 months ago on TV.
But I was super disappointed because
They weren't drinking.
they were not drinking in
Yeah.
cornhole.
No.
Which
Oh,
Which you need to have a
Like-
beer in your hand when we're playing cornhole.
every cornhole game I've ever played
Yeah.
has involved
The
some kind
true
of beverage.
test of someone's skill should be the more you drink, the more you win, right?
Yeah.
Like the better you are.
to a point,
right.
and then it starts to go the other way.
No, I mean that's the whole. That would be great to see. I want to see someone get pissed on TV and playing cornhole.
Yeah.
Right.
It's the same problem we
and
have.
that's a bad miss.
It's the same problem with professional darts and bowling. It's like, come on. None of you have the body to seem like a professional athlete.
Oh.
Just drink the beer.
Absolutely.
Just drink it while
Yeah.
you're up there.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're missing sponsorships.
There we go.
Yes,
And then, we can't
Budweiser,
show it to
Coors.
That's the way we
kids.
have to explain it to them, Ben.
Yeah, then
there's
well,
a
we can't
money-
sell it to kids. Like, what kids are watching darts? Nobody.
or bowling.
Yeah,
Pointed
none of
tips
these.
there. Come on.
Yeah.
Metal.
Yeah, I guess they could have been playing bowling at the same time too for some championships. I didn't
Yeah.
see any bowling on TV.
You're right. We should get triathlon, bowling, darts, and cornhole.
I mean, hey,
You gotta do all
get
three.
track and field out there. I mean, you got what shot put and discus? That's all 6 feet apart. Get those out there.
I feel like your muscles get loose too. You can toss some stuff a little better.
Oh, the drunk Olympics. Yes, I love this.
I think that's where Ben was going.
Yeah, I think so too.
I'm
I'm
really-
just catching up.
Just what can we put in there?
Yeah,
You know?
I like it.
Like, let's not silly a game where there's actual danger to people. Like one-on-one matches. Maybe don't do those drunk. But the things where, you just kind of stand and throw something,
Oh yeah,
I feel like get them drunk.
yeah.
You can do
just put a
minimal
lot of
harm.
nets up.
minimal harm to yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so like a
absolutely.
shot put's heavy. It'll do damage. I don't feel we should have a drunk shot put.
No,
'Cause it can go. You could throw it behind you into the people that are watching. It's a whole thing.
Just have nets.
I feel like you could miss a net. I've watched enough like softball to be like you can miss those cages that
You
help
can.
protect your fans.
You can. Yeah, because there's different techniques for that, right? You got the straight shot with the shot put, and then you got the spin with the shot put. Yeah, the spin could be a little dangerous.
Right? Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
want anything to do with that.
And
Plus, they're gonna
and
vomit.
also discus. What about javelin? I don't know.
No, I don't want anything to do with that. No.
Ah.
Darts as close as I'm going to get to a
That's
spiky,
pointy-
dangerous.
it's a
Yeah,
pointy
I've seen
end.
some referees get like speared through the thigh, and they're sober, so
Then they just cry out in pain.
they do.
Wonderful. But anyway, the things that you can do is you log off.
Log off
Include
and
darts.
play some.
You've got it there. Play a
Javelin?
sport. Look, we've
Yeah.
got a few sports
Play
on there.
javelin.
Pool. I think you could also play pool drunk. That
the
sounds
billiards.
Yes.
fine. Billiard.
Pool.
Volleyball, no, not really. A lot of pretty active and a thing smashing into your
Yep,
face.
Yep.
Bowling, we already discussed. Baseball, already discussed. Darts, already discussed. Basketball, don't play it drunk. That's a bad idea.
Ooh, what's the one on
I've tried.
ice where you throw those things?
Curling.
Curling. Yeah, curling would be
I feel
fun.
like curling drunk would be fine.
Yeah,
Because I feel like
think
that's how
would
it
be.
got
be.
created.
I think it would
Until
be
you
fine, but
slip
it's
and
just
fall
so
and tear
much
your
like
ACL.
setup that like
Yeah.
I don't think we'd ever get to it. To be
Yeah.
honest, like
No.
That would almost be part of the fun. Just put a mic on everybody and see what the hell they're talking about the entire time.
Now,
Because there's some fun conversations.
the real competitive advantage for a curler is when you're in a
D-
curling
d-
match.
debate.
When you're in a curling match and your sports team is up 3-0 against their opponent in the finals, because then you dust out those brooms to start sweeping, and you're like, I'm extra revved up for this.
Absolutely.
I'm super hyped for sweeping.
yeah, if
right
you
now.
get a sweep in curling, I like it. Just you couldn't stop the trash talk at that point.
Yeah,
It's
no,
just,
no way to do it.
It's gonna go, man.
So what you drinking there? You drinking some
Oh yeah, I got the Conway. Yes,
Conway? Yes. How you liking that? It's your first sip, right?
pretty botanical.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah,
Ooh,
I like
passion
botanical
fruity.
as a descriptor. Yeah.
Very leafy.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I kind of feel like I'm just watering a garden in Hawaii.
Ooh. Okay.
Can I?
Oh, it's really
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
Yeah. Drink that.
Okay.
We don't know
Can
if
you
it's,
drink your own beer? I don't know.
I don't know.
But yes, botanical. I was trying to think like a really good descriptor for that, but botanical is really nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, that one's with
that's kind of like
Citra
papaya-y.
Galaxy, Simcoe, and Azaka. And
Okay.
yeah, definitely with the Galaxy kind of takes over a little bit. It gives you some more of that like botanical note. Yeah, it's nice.
I like that you got me on the first sip. I'm like, oh no, I got to show knowledge and the ability to read my. Oh god, this is a thing. Oh
Yeah.
no.
Just wait till your
On the
second.
spot.
sip.
Hey, I'm just happy lacing's happening here.
Yeah.
I love to see a good lace on the on a glass.
Yeah. So
Why is that?
The protein content, blah blah blah, whatever. It's
a lot of people don't
Yeah.
know these answers, so you better start spitting out knowledge. If I got to spit out
Oh.
botanical on the banana, you got to start talking about. You got to bring up
I'm
lacing.
the marketing guy, so I'm just
Yeah.
gonna call you guys out.
All
there.
I'm saying is,
it's-
you bring up
it's-
lacing in the first act. We got to see the answer to lacing in the third act.
That's right. Yeah, I couldn't give you like all the specifics, but it has something to do with the proteins and carbonation levels and the how fast you
It's a
drink.
good
and-
sign.
Yeah,
Right.
It's a good sign that that you have a nice protein content to keep the buzzle or the bubbles
And also the
tightly
glass
formed.
is
and,
clean.
Yeah, the glass is clean.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah, and that's on the that's not on the brewing side.
but
No,
still,
but it's
but
all.
but yeah,
part of
it's
the
all
experience.
it's all part of it. Yeah.
yeah. I don't think I've been to a brewery where I've gotten a dirty glass. Thank goodness.
Thank goodness. Yeah.
I would be like, hi. Now I got to question everything
Yeah.
about what I've got in this glass.
Yeah. But yeah, you had the hazy lazy days there first.
Yeah. Oh, you want me to remember what I did over here?
I was watching. It doesn't look like you've had any year one. You're saving that for last because rightfully
let it warm
so.
up.
Yeah, I gotta let it warm up. It's
And
There we
also-
go. Year
Nice
one's
imperial
our,
stout.
hoping I
imperial
never get to
stout.
it. But while I'm doing this, you've got
Hazy
a year
lazy
and 3
days.
months. What have you learned over your time since you opened? Like after you opened, you thought you knew everything, and then you quickly
Oh.
got
No,
slapped in the face. with
there's
knowledge.
one good thing about Matt and I is that we never presume to know everything.
anything. I never
Anything.
presume to know anything. Yeah, that's
I'd like
that's a
to
good
know-
base.
Yeah.
Who am I?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anything really. But yeah, it's you always want to stay humble. I mean, you're always going to learn something, and if you aren't humble, you're not going to learn anything. You always
True.
think you know everything, and you're just not going to hear what other people have to say. And that's what we like to do, is we like to learn from other people's feedback. Our regulars, that they give us feedback on certain things, and then new people that come in give us feedback on different things. And of course, we just entered into a few beer competitions, and we're looking forward to feedback on everything there. And the whole goal is to make better beer. So let's take some market share away from Budweiser and Coors and Miller, and make sure people are drinking good beer and want to drink good beer.
Yeah. So, Matt, what did you learn in the first year? What did you think you knew? And it turned out when you were homebrewing, it doesn't really translate to the commercial side.
Well, I would say I'm more, I focus more on the people side of it and just connecting with people. So my part was more customer service. I came from an IT background doing...
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh.
Amazing.
This customer service and IT, this sounds like a lie.
It's a lie. I'm trying to build it up then. But no, a lot of, I came from a programming background. So just getting out there, being able to connect with people and finding out what they really enjoy. I feel like that's my part of this partnership. And Jim makes the great beer, and I talk to the people and get the feedback and, really connect.
All right.
That's where I come in.
Great. So what have you learned about the stuff Jim's doing from your constituency?
For the most part,
I was going to say he learns that I need to schedule better my beers and everything.
Well, that's all part of growing.
Yeah,
part of,
exactly.
Yeah, that's all. Like,
that's all.
No,
this.
I mean it's a good point. Like scheduling is a big part of it, but also just you learn what people really enjoy. The tough thing is, you can only shoot so many shots with your beers, and then people they have their favorites, right?
Yeah.
They want this and that, and it's like, well, sorry, we sold out of that beer, so
it's probably not coming back for 3 months.
Yeah, so we're gonna come back to it, but it just takes time, and so you start to realize it's not just our brewery; it's the community's brewery, and so that's kind of where we're at.
Yeah, especially being out here in Rancho, there's such a huge support out here in Rancho, and we have so many people that return to the brewery, and it's fantastic. They go everywhere out here. They come to us. They go to Claimstake. They go to Burning Barrel. They go to Movement. They go to Thin Line. They're
regulars everywhere.
They are, and it's amazing, and I love to see that. I'll go over to Movement sometimes. I'm like we did today, and we saw 3 people over there that normally come over here. I'm like, hey, how's it going, guys? And they're like, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm not over at LogOff. I'm like, hey, enjoy craft beer. Enjoy what you want to drink.
Mean, we're here.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we're over there drinking some beer. And we love those guys over there. We enjoy going over to Claimstake. We enjoy going over to Burning Barrel and going over to Thin Line out here. And
it's a community.
It really is, yeah. And then we venture over. It's so funny. It's so hard to get out of Rancho sometimes. And last week we were actually able to get downtown. We went over to Alara. We went over to Fieldwork. We went to where else did we go?
Golden Road.
Actually, we did go to Golden Road.
Big Stump.
We wanted to see.
Big Stump.
We went over to Big Stump. Yeah, we were all over the place, and we went to Golden Road just to see how they've changed since they first opened, and how some of the stuff that happened changed their landscape there. We'll say that.
That says almost nothing. All right, perfect. Exactly the way I'm like,
I was going to let him just finish that.
I'm like, I can't have any point of comparison. I've never set foot in the place. I'm like, I've stood outside of it.
It's always good to go and see what other people are doing. I mean, whether or not they're big or not. I mean, and the big guys, they're big for a reason. So it's good to go see what they're doing right, what they're doing wrong, and just
understand the market
and understand everything. Yeah.
Yeah, but they're like the Knicks. It's like, people for some reason are fans, but I don't understand why they haven't won since the 70s.
Yeah, well, we're trying to understand, right?
Yes.
I mean, that's
But then they put out a really nice wheat ale. You're like, oh, is this your Patrick Ewing? And then I'm just going to keep making the comparisons.
I mean, so you can make good beer.
It's like,
all
fine,
you
we'll
want.
come back for the Patrick Ewing. All right.
But the atmosphere, right? You go to the garden, you got the atmosphere there.
True.
I mean, you go to Golden Road, you have atmosphere.
Yeah.
This
ownership is running this thing into the ground.
there are things and stuff, yes.
Yeah.
That's what we strive to do here. Is we try to give people a really good atmosphere in our tap room. And as you can see, our original tap room is a little smaller. And then we have a nice outdoor patio. And then, COVID hit and we had to expand the patio a little bit because we had a lot of outdoor. We created. Sorry, I was trying to not burp there.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, I know.
Once it's coming.
I know.
I don't know if this is a beer podcast. We all expect it to happen at some point.
Yeah, I'm just trying not to belch on.
Just do it.
That's when you're supposed to pass
air.
it over to me.
Yeah.
Matt, can you finish this word? Seating.
But yeah, we ended up getting a lot more seating, and we realized that we needed more seating outside. When Sacramento, in California, we have 9 months of really good weather here.
Yeah.
We have 9 months of outdoor seating, 6 months of really good weather.
And 3 months of unbearable heat that you're still outside for.
Yeah, exactly. And even in the winter, like if you have the space, overhang space, what patio covers. Yeah.
Patio covers.
Yeah, to shield from the rain. Normally, it's you can go outside and drink as long as there's some patio heaters out there. Mm-hmm. And we quickly learned that, and we expanded pretty quick over to the next door suite so we can keep our COVID seating. And it also allows people to sit inside in these really, really hot months. And
so the additional suite pretty much allowed us to double both our indoor and patio seating, which, I mean, the indoor seating during the summer has been
very
incredible.
crucial.
Yes. So when did this happen?
1 year after we opened.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's when we opened the new suite.
On our 1 year anniversary, we opened the new suite.
Was there a lot of negotiation to take that space over, or was there a plan to have that space? And it's just like a matter of...
That's a whole other back end with negotiating with landlords. Of course, they want the most money out of their space.
And you're like, we're not going to pay you money. It's a pandemic. Why would I give you money right now? We can't even fill the space if we wanted to.
And especially when the landlords are saying, oh, we're going to come out strong from the pandemic. And they're like set in stone on all that. And we have to figure out what we are going to pay for the space compared to what...
somebody else might.
So everybody has their own angle.
Yeah.
So,
right. There's two sides to every story. One who wants to make the most money and one who just wants to be like, I want more space so I can make more money for the space I already have.
That's what I thought. I thought we were the most sympathetic case, personally. So.
We opened in a pandemic. Why can't you just give us a cheaper rate? Thank you. No, but it's and that's the other side of beer, right? This is the business side of beer, and it's tough. And I like to shield people away from that. But sometimes some of our regulars, they ask like, hey, what did it take to do all this? So it's similar like what you're asking, and we'll tell them a little bit of the details.
You can't get into all of it. That's too much.
Oh, there's a lot. Yeah. At the end of the day, it's like, let's make some beer that you want to drink, and that's all it really comes down to. Let's make some beer.
And circling back to the Rancho Cordova regulars, who are a mobile mob at this point. I feel like
they really are.
Rancho
They're
Cordova's
amazing.
Beer people, they go everywhere. Like I used to live in Midtown working Folsom, so on a couple days a week I'd stop in a Rancho Cordova brewery, and it's like I'd see the same people. I'd go to brewery. It was like I think at the time it was Claim Steak and American River and one more. Same people every time. Now I come back here and it's been years. Same people, just floating in between them.
No, they are nothing if not consistent.
I mean, even if you go downtown, or I know I've seen several of our regulars go out to breweries. El Dorado Hills. They go to San Diego. They're everywhere, and they wear Rancho Cordova brewery shirts.
Yeah, and they're super knowledgeable. They're not going to let you off with some bad beer. They'll tell you what's what.
Oh, they sure will. Yes,
they definitely
absolutely.
hold us accountable.
Yeah,
and I like that. I definitely want to make beer that people want to drink. I don't want to go the other route.
Yeah.
So I appreciate the feedback always.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So, IT people, beer people.
We're both IT.
Right.
Yeah. Oh,
how do you end up
general.
being like? What is your tact when you're focusing on starting a brewery? Where do you start on your focus? Because I know a lot of people in beer kind of come from like the scientific side.
Yeah.
Which to be fair, IT also scientific, but I'm talking like.
But I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the applied biological
yeah,
sciences. Yeah.
So what is your like plan of attack? I assume it's like more linear.
I think for me, I like to learn like everything, right? So I like to have when I'm learning about something, I want to know everything about it. I mean, and granted, we opened the brewery, and I probably know 35% about brewing, right? And I threw that number out just because.
Right. It's an unknowable quantity.
But there's still so much to learn. I mean, the amount, like, I could throw in a reverse osmosis system out there tomorrow, and I'd have such a huge learning curve about filling back in the minerals into this beer to create whatever style I wanted. Right now, we just use a carbon filter, and so we're just filtering out a lot of the chemicals that the city water supply puts in, the chlorine, chloramines, and we're getting all the bad stuff out. And we're kind of just working off the base, water profile that the city gives to me.
Let me just jump in there. Like,
am I going too far down this rabbit hole?
No, I think this is something that I don't think Jim can see, is that
I don't see anything.
No, he doesn't see it.
Yeah.
He's an artist. He's an artist, and he doesn't realize it. But I feel like he's been through the beer making process and understands the general principles. But also, it's an art form, and I've had people who've come and watched us have brew days and say, it's not necessarily a science here. That's an art form, and that's really where I feel like Jim's strength is just understanding beer as an art form, the principles behind it, but just understanding where taste comes from. And I don't think you can necessarily get that in a chemistry class.
Thank you. I appreciate that's a big compliment. Thank you very much.
So your water is a canvas. You need to know how much you can poke it and prod it and stab it and slash it before you damage that, and you're like, oh no, I can't build on this anymore.
That's very true. You have to have a happy beer.
Yeah. That's kind of the whole thing for beer.
Some happy malt, some happy hops.
Are there any angry beers besides Pabst?
They have
I'm trying to think.
That family
Cobra,
pack,
King Cobra.
99. That's fake.
That's malt liquor. Yeah. I mean, it'll attack you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just grabbed
Oh yeah. Okay. Cool. I like that reaction. That seemed like a good O.
What'd you put in this thing?
That is the Blueberry Pirates.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, Blueberry Pirates. Yeah. So
PIE.
Yeah.
Pirates.
Okay. I was like, purities, is this a historical thing? Is this like a Grecian thing that I don't know?
Nothing. It's a pun. It's a play on words, which we love so much around here. So yeah, it's blueberry. Throw in some lactose, some vanilla, some graham cracker. Am I missing something?
Oh, there we go. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
good
what I'm.
stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, and that graham cracker kind of comes through at the end. Like
Yeah.
it really just gets
And it dries it out real quick.
Yeah, it's really nice, and it's not super tart. I mean, it's my very first sour I've done.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and
Well done.
it turned out pretty decent. Like I'm pretty happy with it. And it's down to like 3.4 pH, so it's fairly 3.2 pH.
Ooh.
General public agrees.
Yeah, and you back sweeten it with all the fruit from the blueberry, and some of the sour goes away. The lactose really rounds it out. The vanilla rounds it out.
Yeah.
And it turned out pretty nice.
Yeah,
I'm
very
pretty happy
blueberry
with that.
pie. I can see where you're getting that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
blueberry pirates.
Yeah.
Arr.
Because blueberry is it's a weird fruit in beer. There's a blueberry wheat Sea Dog, right? Is that who it is? Somebody out east makes a
I think you're right. Sea Dog. Yeah, blueberry wheat.
Killer
Yeah.
blueberry wheat.
Yeah, and it's totally different from this.
Yeah,
for sure.
totally different. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of, because like blueberry is very tart. People think of it as like this fun, bright fruit, but it's very tart, and it's hard to kind of come through in it. And it doesn't turn your beer blue, I've noticed.
No, it doesn't.
Not
It's more of a malty or like a brownish, I guess. Like because they have some more darker malts going into that.
Yeah. There's
And,
a
yeah.
bit of cinnamony from the graham cracker stuff.
Yeah.
It dries it out. It's a very interesting beer. And
We're very happy.
Oh, I thought we were talking about the blueberry, the other one you were talking about.
Yeah. Well, that one I love, and
Yeah.
I'll fight anybody.
No, it's really nice. I
fight
really
it.
enjoy that one. I drank that first, and then I had the Shipyard Blueberry Smash, or I think it was called Smash. Or,
I don't love that one.
It wasn't as good as
No.
as the other one.
Sea
Yeah,
Dog's much better.
yeah.
And I'll fight anybody on that one too. I have friends and family out there, and they're like, Shipyard's great. I'm like, is it? And then
Yeah, their Smash Pumpkin was pretty tasty, but it was funny. I think a lot of people really got going on
Oh, it's pumpkin beer
on
season.
pumpkin beer. Oh, it's about to be for sure.
Well, no. A lot of people got them out there.
They do.
You guys making one?
We're not making a pumpkin. I love pumpkin beer.
Matt, how do you feel
I should have
about
said like
this?
3 years ago I love pumpkin beer, and I think my taste changed a little bit.
How do I feel?
About pumpkin beers.
I would love to see a pumpkin beer here, honestly.
But how do you feel about it for yourself, drinking it? That seems like a...
No, I
I'm
enjoy it.
Okay.
I enjoy it. So
Actually, I made a pumpkin beer that was pretty tasty.
maybe.
It wasn't that memorable.
been a
I gotta
few
work.
years.
I gotta work. It was back when I was homebrewing. So yeah, it's been like 4 years ago now.
Well, I believe
Yeah.
there was a great pumpkin shortage at one point. People stopped using pumpkin.
Oh,
They
really?
started using extracts and like different spices and flavors to get the
that's
same
tough.
thing. And it's
Yeah.
definitely changed
Yeah.
the whole pumpkin.
Yeah, because you need like a
beer world.
pureed pumpkin to go into the
You
beer.
really do.
We definitely prefer more purees versus extract.
Yeah, I'm
Everyone
not a fan
does.
of
Just
extract. Yeah.
Heads up to all brewers, we all prefer a puree to an extract.
I'm glad
Yeah.
you warned them.
What are we doing? Are we back to home brewing?
Right?
What do you?
I don't know. I feel like homebrewers have a better access to the purees because they can easily make like, okay, we take a pumpkin, right? We throw in we cut up in force, we throw it in the oven, and then we hollow it out a little bit, and then we puree it. It's easy. It's one pumpkin for like a 5 or 10 gallon batch. It's easier.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's what we'd probably have to do. We'd probably have to do like 20 pumpkins if we wanted to do that. If we want to do a pumpkin beer.
Yeah, commercially you have to scale everything up,
Yeah.
right? So it becomes much more
Absolutely,
challenging.
yeah. It's challenging, but I take the dogfish head approach where it's like fresh ingredients and be experimental and do what you want to do. Play around with the craft. Have fun.
Also, Rancho Cordova needs pumpkin ale back here.
Actually, no one is doing that.
Right, because American River made one of the best ones of all time,
Oh, okay.
and I might still have a bottle or two lying around.
Really? That's
Really?
like a few years old now.
And
Yeah.
you didn't bring it?
I can't be remembering to talk about pumpkin beers. What are the odds we're going to bring up pumpkin beers? They're like, by the way, I have one. And,
For next
but
time, then.
just so you know, they age incredibly well. I've had
Oh,
one
really?
5
Nice.
years old, still phenomenal with a Thanksgiving dinner.
Nice.
Oh my goodness!
Now, have you had New Belgium, their pumpkin beer?
yes,
I really enjoyed that one.
Yeah.
It had they put the cranberry in with the pumpkin and the spice. It's quite delightful.
yeah. It's too late to brew one now, right?
No,
I feel like by the time it comes out, it'd be like, I think you missed it.
it's early September. You get it going in October,
What
you're
you get
good.
for Halloween.
You get the Halloween one, okay? So
And then
into
November,
November?
going into November,
It's
you're
true.
you're
Pumpkin
doing good.
pie,
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
It's the best time to have one
It-
out
it
there.
is
That's
like
out
the-
there.
Pirates.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, okay.
You got me thinking now. Do we do
All right.
a pumpkin sour? Do we do a pumpkin
Okay.
traditional ale? Do we do what do we do?
I
So,
feel
so
like
there's been some back and forth with Matt and I where like like the Pirates, Pierats, is like our sour line that we might
Right.
do.
So
And
if
we've
you're-
turned into like maybe it's a pumpkin pie.
Yeah.
Well, I'm kind of liking this idea.
We're gonna think
strawberry
about
rhubarb
that.
Yeah.
pirates would
So-
be great.
but
I
our-
would love a
our-
strawberry rhubarb.
Our next
Just
sour
wink.
is Troll Swill Kettle Sour.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Troll
so-
Swill.
Troll
Troll
Swill, yeah.
Swill.
So we're partnering with Slugfest Games. Red Dragon Inn is the game that they produce, and they have a card in that game called Troll Swill, and so we're basing a beer off of that card in the game.
It's a boggy marsh.
It's a buggy, so it's a kettle sour, so it can kind of be whatever we want it to be. What do trolls like?
Not people.
Not yes,
Hate.
hate.
I
Okay,
love hate.
I'm imagining they love peaches, pineapple, and blueberry with lactose and vanilla. I think that's the perfect troll
You
swill.
got to get
right
to know
there.
your trolls, man.
Right, apparently I do. I do just pass them on the street. Like, I got a riddle for you. I'm like, not interested. And just keep walking.
I need some peach in my life.
throw $1 and keep walking.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's passage. There we
We'll
go.
all learn from this.
Yes.
Yeah.
In the end.
But it's
I got to be a better person.
Yeah, true. I meant to tell you that, but
it's pretty cool. Like we got some pretty cool artwork coming out from it because we're, like I said, we're partnering with Slugfest Games and they have all the artwork that they're providing us, and it's going to be a pretty fun label, a pretty fun beer. I would equate it to more like a peach pie, peach pirates.
Okay. So if you need to rename it, you're like, "Whoa."
Yeah. So yeah, eventually down the line, if we wanted to rename it Peach Pirates, maybe take out more of the pineapple and the blueberry. Well, maybe keep in some blueberry. I think that would go well with that. But yeah, and Blueberry Pirates is all blueberry. And
Right, but I'm just trying to think
one.
of pineapple and blueberry together as a flavor. Have I done that? I have done that. Okay.
Yeah,
we're good.
it'd be interesting.
Yeah. So, got a few things coming up. Before we get to that, I don't think I ever asked you guys. It's LogOff Brewing. You guys own it. You guys brew here. But how do you log off? What's your preferred log off method? I know you talked a little bit about video games, Jim, but I'm sure it's not your number one.
You know what's funny is my wife and I will go. We really enjoy going out to other breweries, so we'll make different dates on certain date night days, and we'll go out to other breweries, and then also I'll play video games by myself or actually with Matt.
True.
We have a group of friends that like to play Halo.
Okay, yeah.
Our big thing is we play Halo Master Chief Collection. We call it going for road trips. So if you're familiar with, I don't know how far I should go down this rabbit hole here.
Go as far
Just-
as you want
just-
down
just
this
go.
rabbit hole.
Don't go
Yeah.
too far.
Go so far down this rabbit hole that we come out the other side of the earth.
Yeah, so we really enjoy getting in Wart Hogs. Wart Hog is a 3-person vehicle in Halo. And if there's 3 people in the vehicle and you kill someone in the game by running them over, it's called a road trip. And that's what we strive for. We could die as many times as we want in this this vehicle and give the other team, X amount of points, whatever they get for killing all 3.
Thousands of kills.
Yeah.
As long as you get
We're
one.
very-
As long
away
as we get
from-
one, we view that as a
We're
win.
veering away from relatability again.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, how many people out there are Halo fans, and would they like to play with us? Come on out. My gamer tag is Lunchbox space 3 space 14.
There's also Admiral
Let's
Crunch
play together.
37. I mean, that's easier.
I'm sorry, Admiral Crunch, what number?
37.
37.
Oh, there we go. Let's play some video games together.
I need to know what Lunchbox 314 means.
Okay, so
you got your John 314. You got your
Yeah.
what's his face 314.
Good question.
no.
I don't even know this.
yeah, so it comes from Lunchbox, meaning from the days of Kevin Smith and.
Okay.
So
Right. Silent
Jay,
Bob calls
Jay
him.
would call
Oh, yeah.
Silent Bob
Lunchbox.
Lunchbox.
Right.
And 314, I went to the Catholic high school. Blah blah blah. Whatever.
you
Like
got
whatever that is.
Yeah. Right. Austin 316.
Yeah. Who knows what it is?
Yeah.
I think.
wait, is it a pi number? Because we're doing the
It
Pirates.
is 316. I mixed up the numbers.
You
That's
know,
how great of a Catholic I
it was
am.
Football
314.
season starts tomorrow, so we need a field goal to really know this. So
Okay.
Yeah.
we'll wait for that.
Yeah. All right. We've got Admiral Crunch 37. My gamer tag does not exist. I never made the transition to buttons on top. I'm like, I don't. Dexterity, not my thing.
Buttons on top. I like
Oh,
that.
I
Yeah.
heard something completely different.
Oh, boy.
Let's
Buttons
That
on
one-
top?
Move on from that.
Buttons on top. If you want me, I'm like, 3 buttons. I was like, 3 buttons? I barely mastered 2. They're
I
like,
know. And
Now
now
we're
we have
doing 4
4?
buttons,
Oh
and
my
there's 2 up
God.
top. I'm like, I'm out. We put one on the bottom. Like, why do you hate me? Like, there's 4 different directional pads. Like,
Yeah.
Done.
How crazy have controllers gotten it? I like
then like Wii is like
we
you
get
just
used
swing
to
it
it.
and you hit the buttons. Like, great, I can do that. I can do
Oh,
Wii.
the Wii.
This is all I'm doing.
Very easy.
This is all I'm doing.
I beat the shit out of
The
my
visual is I'm
brother-in-laws
wagging
at
my
golf.
hand in the air.
Yeah.
Just keep wagging it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just keep wagging.
I like that
go.
nobody
That's all
around
I'm doing.
here knows what we're doing, and you're just like, yeah.
This is all I'm doing.
Yeah.
This is
This is
typical
happening.
Ben.
Yeah.
So,
That's
Yeah.
how conversation. I think every
Yeah.
conversation where somebody uses their hands
You
looks
can't see
insane
me? Who cares?
to somebody who can't hear what's being said.
they'll get it eventually.
I like it. The comedy, it's there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Out of context is where it really shines.
Yes.
Maybe. Speaking of comedy, you guys
Positively.
have recently started a comedy night
Oh,
here
yeah.
at LogOff Brewing.
Yeah,
Segue.
all up to this guy here, Matt Risse.
Well, no, I have to say that I contacted one Joey Stults.
Joseph Stults.
Joseph.
Joseph,
Oh,
That's
apologies.
what he's in my
yes.
phone.
Yeah,
In my
you
phone,
know
he's under
Joey. Yeah,
Joseph
Joseph.
Stults.
Who Jim and I, so that's one thing we haven't talked about is Jim and I actually went to high school together, Christian Brothers High School. That's where we met. What was it, 20 years?
1993.
God damn. Yeah. 93.
I don't
That's
know.
more than that.
No, it's less.
I mean,
than
no,
that.
I mean 93 is more than what he just said.
Yes.
Yeah, so no, we graduated 2002.
Yeah.
We must have met like
19
2000,
years ago,
90,
okay.
1999.
Don't
so.
say those words out loud.
That's silly. I know.
So
I still think of
let's
the
just-
90s as 6 years ago.
Conservatively, let's call it 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So Jim and I met.
Very conservative.
We've been friends ever since. And Joey Stults, Joseph Stults, as
Yep.
some know him,
Yep.
was actually going to Christian Brothers at the same time in our class. So, like most people, he and I were friends on Facebook, and whatever that means. I guess it meant something in this situation.
True.
I reached out to him. I saw that he was, doing the comedy scene, stand-up comedian, and I reached out to him. He was interested in hosting a show out here at the brewery, and
Oh, I didn't realize you had reached out to him.
I had reached out to him.
Oh.
And I think you know a little bit more about his background in comedy.
Oh,
right,
I
Matt?
certainly do. It's very strange. You said 2002 was the year you graduated?
Yes.
I graduated in 2001, so I guess this
Oh,
kind of
okay.
makes sense. I consider him a comedy child. I'm his comedy dad.
Comedy dad.
Because
Hi,
we kind of had
Daddy.
the same path into comedy, but he came later, obviously. So I was like, hey, it sucks. Like, I know exactly what you're going through, like, all the time. I get why you're frustrated with this, but, like, it's not easy. So we've had many a talk about just what a hellacious life we have chosen for ourselves. I know one time it was me, him, and my girlfriend in a car coming back from a show, and we definitely sang along to Ja Rule's. I don't know the name of the song. Like, where would I be without my baby? And like, we just made sure we got as gruff a voice as we could, and it's the funniest.
be
without
my baby?
Yeah. Yeah. And just so stupid. And he just really nailed it one time. And so that's all that's my closest or most thorough memory with Joey is just being in the car singing
nice.
DMX together.
Nice.
But yeah, awful human being. Truly the dirtbaggiest guy I know.
True.
A true sad. Oh, also the one thing he said is he made a post one time after a breakup about it's like there's this one pop punk album that just really fits for like what I'm going through right now. I'm like, oh, are you listening to All American Rejects? He's like, how did you know that? I'm like, I'm pretty good at breakup albums, and that one makes sense. Like, I've listened to
Fit
that
the
album
profile,
a lot.
huh?
Was it right after All American Rejects had come out? Or?
No, it was literally like 3 years ago.
Oh, damn. Okay.
And I'm like,
that's,
no, I know this one. If you're gonna say I have a
that's
sad
reaching,
pop punk
though. Oh,
album,
my God.
I'm like, yeah, I know what you listen to. You listen to Swing, Swing, Swing from that table. I'm like, yeah, come on. It's a perfect pop punk album, by the way, which is very hard to do. There's only a few perfect pop punk albums in the world.
I got to go back and re-listen to this. I had no idea.
It's
Music is
perfect.
where I'm like just tuned out.
It's perfect. There's like Weezer Blue album. There's
Oh, Weezer
American
Blue.
Rejects,
Weezer Green album was great.
but it's a pop punk album.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
gonna go Weezer Blue album, 22 Jacks, Uncle Bob, one of those Blink-182 albums. I don't remember the name of it. Enema of the State, probably. All American Rejects, and like one other. There's no truly perfect. Those are the ones. As a connoisseur
Of pop punk.
of late 90s, early 2000s pop punk, apparently.
All right.
Which you would never, in that time frame, have gotten me to admit to. But I'm like, I know.
I don't even know what pop punk is.
So is this like a typical?
Oh, Green Day Dookie, obviously. Sorry.
Okay.
I don't know
Oh,
what's wrong with
Dookie,
me.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is
That's
this like
a
a
good one.
typical comedian thing, or is it just in general? Or
I think that's just a fluke. He made a post, and I'm like, I know exactly what album would fit this with what he gave as
That's
parameters.
So funny. That's so funny.
And it was within like seconds. He posted it like 2 minutes later, like, are you listening to this? And he's like, how did you know that? I'm like, pretty good about
I'm
it.
gonna ask him about this.
Yeah, that should be
He'll
fun.
probably remember because it devastated him to think that he was saying something. And I was like, nah, this is the typical album you would listen to for this.
He thought he was so unique.
Yeah.
special.
And I'm like, no, smashed it down. But yeah, Joey, love him to death. He's a monster. And that's all I'll say about that.
Yeah, he is definitely a character. We love having him out.
Yeah, he's been doing a really good job getting comedians out and keeping comedy night going. We got another comedy night coming out
on the 24th.
2 weeks, right?
24th of September.
Oh boy, you guys
Yeah, we're doing every 3
competing
weeks
again.
now.
All
Yeah,
right.
we're like committed. We're like, let's do comedy. Let's do
Yeah.
it.
You should.
Yeah,
We should be
It's great.
committed.
it's
Oh,
fun.
also,
Oh man.
But yes, we're looking every 2 to 3 weeks
nice.
at this point.
2 to 3 weeks. We've decreased the.
We're working on it.
Yeah,
This is high tech.
it's a constant adjustment. You're like,
Yeah.
does this work? Can we keep doing it?
Yeah.
Then you got to rein it back. And then
We
you
get
got
a lot of people out for comedy night, and it's been really nice seeing everybody come out for it.
Yeah, the comedians have been fantastic. I don't know. He's just done a fantastic job, Joey. So, we're really pleased.
I'm so far removed from the,
The business.
scheduling aspect of
That's the idea.
I got to brew the beer, right?
Yeah. You can't be paying attention to those
but,
calendars.
like, how-
you have your own calendar.
Yeah.
When's this beer due?
Where do all these comedians come from? Are they all Sacramento based? Are they outside? Do they travel?
This is the venue that you learn about the business.
Oh,
in.
absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
A podcast.
Right,
Yeah,
yes.
I'd like to learn. I mean, we got Ben
Sure
Rice. He
thing.
knows.
Yeah.
Let's educate me. I'm
So-
sure both of you can.
so far, Joey has booked mostly local comics. You got Chad Opitz, that's San Francisco.
Yeah.
He had Chris Tinkle, who's an LA comic, who's coming up. But
Okay.
generally speaking, you can book a lot of comedy just sticking to the Sacramento area.
That's interesting.
And occasionally
Okay.
dallying. You can go to the Reno scene, you can go to the San Francisco scene, you can go to the Stockton scene, but you can book a lot of really good comedy shows just sticking to Sacramento.
Nice.
Not many people know this, so I'll bring it up again. So NBC does a yearly stand-up competition where they search for new talent that they might develop a show with. And it was called Stand Up for Diversity for a long time, so it kind of kept out certain segments of the comedy community.
Okay.
And it got rebranded as Stand Up NBC, more open. And for 4 consecutive years, a nationwide talent search found the best talent that year was a Sacramento, California comedian.
Very cool.
So
that's
So who
great
was that
for us.
comedian?
so
Do
it's
tell.
J.R. De Guzman, Kyrie Shabazz, Mikey Winfield, and
All from Sacramento?
All from Sacramento.
Whoa.
And who's the fourth one?
Hey, Sacramento's great. Come live in Sacramento.
Oh, no, sorry.
Specifically Rancho
Sorry.
Cordova.
Always
Come
come
get some
drink
LogOff.
in
Sorry,
Sacramento.
Kabir San Jose. So Kabir Singh San Jose. But
okay.
who's now on America's Got Talent? Although I think he lost at the voting's today, but he's in the semifinals of America's Got
amazing.
Talent right now.
That's awesome.
Simon Cowell buzzed him, and I watched the set. I'm like, ooh, he was nervous. There's a lot of fidgeting.
Is
and
buzzing bad?
Yes, he gives you the
Fuck
X
you,
mark,
Simon
like,
Cowell.
It's like, hey, you know who's not voting for you? Simon Cowell. He did respond with "Boo this man."
Simon Cowell did?
No, Kabir did.
Oh, okay.
Because he buzzed in with a minute to go in the time.
I agree with you.
And he's like, "Boo this man!" And
Sacramento
the audience did.
strong.
But yeah, so it's, I think it's definitely Mikey Winfield, definitely J.R. De Guzman, definitely Kyrie Shabazz, and I think the other one was Kabir, who I think technically is a Bay Area guy. But whatever, we're gonna take 3 out of 4 years, and we're gonna quibble about the 4th. That's fine.
We'll take it.
Yeah. So Sacramento's comedy
the
scene
quibble.
is secretly very strong. It's years of feeling like the redheaded stepchild to San Francisco's comedy scene.
Oh, yeah. So was San Francisco's comedy scene pretty strong?
Oh, it's pretty strong.
Yeah?
Oh boy, if I'm you're gonna make
I
me
keep
say the
asking
things.
you questions
Yeah, I
now.
know. Yeah, I'm like, well, I'd love to talk about comedy. And here's what I'll say: you could take a Sacramento comic and put them in San Francisco, and they're gonna do very well.
Okay, great.
You take a San Francisco comic and bring them to Sacramento, there's no guarantee that it'll be.
We're the wild card. Keep it up, Sacramento.
Well, because San Francisco's got a very, very particular type of comedy that they like, and if you do it, you're going to do very well. But it's like you can't bring your, I'm on the bus in San Francisco jokes to Sacramento. You can't bring I love
You gotta make it more
brunch
relatable.
and vegan brunches. It's like a very disconnected comedy for a lot of people. Whereas Sacramento, we all have we all came from somewhere else. We didn't just, and we all ended up here,
We're
so.
people.
So we just come from different places and different ways of approaching comedy. I don't know. There's just I remember I went to the San Francisco Punchline for their Sunday showcase. It was like a semi-open mic, but they're booking the best comics. They pre-book a few, and then they find people who are but nobody who's not really doing comedy gets up on that stage. It takes years to get up on that showcase.
Semi-open mic.
Yeah, because
okay.
they do pick people like, hey, you're gonna go up and you're gonna do 5, and like the current manager literally comes up to you right as like with 2 minutes to go, like you're gonna do 6, and you have to like know
Cut it down.
what your 6 is right now. You have to know right now because you're next.
Yeah,
which
that's
is
tough.
fun because it's like it helps them weed out people who can handle pressure. You know,
okay.
because it's like it's a historical venue. You want to be there. You want to do well there. So what was my point? Okay, I went to that show, and literally every comic did a joke about having brunch in San Francisco. All of them, and I was like, first of all, that's insane. That's like if you like, surely you realize you can't do another brunch joke, right? If you're like, I have 6 minutes, what should I do? I should definitely just keep doing this brunch thing. You shouldn't be there. You shouldn't, like, you're not good enough to be there if you can't alter your set to not do a brunch joke. Also, about 5 comics in, this absolute dynamo named Lydia Popovich, who is so funny, like just unbearably funny human being who now lives in Los Angeles. Absolutely, the success is coming, and it's going to be great for her. Has by far the best brunch joke I've ever heard, and she was 4th on a lineup of 16.
How
You're
fast was the brunch joke?
You're not. Oh, it's a long brunch joke. Because it's
it
so
is.
good. It's
Oh,
so
okay.
good. It was like the whole set was this brunch joke, and it's so good.
Okay,
And
Lydia
so-
Smith is what you
Popovich.
said? Popovich. Lydia Popovich.
Yeah. So
I'm writing that
and
down
like
in my
12
phone
more
as
comments. Like,
we
you know what?
speak.
I could probably top this killer brunch bit. That's how bad it is. So that's my critique on San Francisco comedy, is that's what happened one night. Change it up. It's only 6 minutes. Surely you can scrap that 2-minute brunch bit and throw in a different 2-minute bit,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Got it.
Mr. Matt is leaving
what do you got
the
going on?
conversation here.
Oh, I gotta start.
He got a
What do you got to
note.
do? What do you have to do?
Just make an announcement
Oh,
What kind of
he-
announcement?
Yeah.
What are you
that
announcing?
we're starting trivia.
Are you actually hosting trivia?
Between my sister and I, yes. we
Yeah,
host
see, there we
it.
go.
Yeah.
So let's just knock that out. Trivia.
Matt does a lot of. Is
this every Wednesday?
You do the movie quotes, right?
Tonight, no, but yes, usually I do.
Oh,
movie
you're not doing
quotes.
movie
do you
quotes
do
tonight.
do you do the voice?
I do impressions.
He does
Nice.
do them.
Perfect.
It's
I call them
pretty-
bad impressions.
Right,
just
of
as
course.
a
You got to hedge your bets.
preemptive strike. But yes.
And you also just got a new championship belt.
Yes.
Oh yeah, we sure did. I'm wearing it.
Jim is
Too bad
wearing
you
it.
can't see it.
We might have to take a picture
We'll
of
take
this.
a picture of this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we should take a picture.
Yeah, we
yeah.
had a...
One of our regulars came in yesterday and brought us a new championship belt because he was tired of seeing our children's belt that we had slapped a LogOff sticker on.
What
Which
is a
we thought
children's belt? What does that mean?
Whoa.
Oh, like a plastic
It can
one?
hardly fit around my left leg.
Okay.
Yeah, it.
I got
I
you.
mean,
But
yeah.
you can wear it over your shoulder? That's really what's
You
important.
could.
You
just
could.
need to
You
walk
could.
in.
As long
to
as
the
you didn't
ring.
have too
It might
big
be
of biceps,
difficult.
you could fit
Nobody
it around
here
your arm.
does.
Yeah.
No,
No, yeah.
it's a beer drinking
yeah.
But
establishment.
he made this really awesome. However he did it, he shipped it off. He got this like really nice belt. It's a steel like front cover with the LogOff logo on it. On the right side, on both sides, it says Trivia Night and Cheers on it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty amazing. Very happy and also very grateful for.
And also, I heard you're getting great back support out of it.
Oh, I really am. Yeah.
You're sitting in the chair with
Yeah.
this belt on. It's a honking
Yeah,
belt.
I
This
feel
is
like I should be wearing this while brewing all the time.
this is
Like, just
legitimately
gives
like
me,
a
like, really good back
WWE
support.
belt.
Yeah.
Without like the embossment on the
I
front.
understand now why the WWE wrestlers want the belt. It's good back support. They get a lift with it.
Yeah.
I guess that's about it, right? Lift with it. They could wear it, show off. Three things.
Hey,
Yeah.
you're fighting off back injuries, back pain.
Yeah.
Let's listen to Matt's voice.
For first place, we have 2 4-packs. Second place, 1 4-pack. And the Golden Toilet Award winner gets a crowler. And tomorrow night, the pocket change will be out. So be sure to come check that out. And I'm going to pass it over to... the German Spy Kolsch is coming out Friday. So be sure to come out, check that out. It's really tasting delicious. So anyway, I'm going to pass it over to Petra, and we'll get going. Cheers.
It's not a great radio voice. Like, his radio voice there was better than what he was on the podcast.
Well, I mean, he's just being himself on the podcast. He's
True.
gotta do-
True. He's got the voice on.
All right. We got to get out of here because you're about to have a crazy night of trivia.
Yeah, it's a fairly mild night tonight. It's like 104 degrees outside, so most everybody's sitting inside, and it's pretty good. Matt's actually wandering back over, so.
Do you have a trivia team for yourself?
No, I don't actually. I'm not here on trivia much anymore because I was here in the beginning, like maybe 8 months into the brewery being open, and then summer hit, and I was brewing early. So I'm here at like 6 a.m. in the mornings, and it
gets hot in the afternoons.
It gets hot, yeah.
And it's in the warehouse.
It's in the warehouse. I had to install a fan outside to help myself. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Matt,
I don't know.
Do you have a trivia team that you usually join here or elsewhere?
No, that would be considered cheating, I think.
Oh, because you're helping with the questions.
Because I'm hosting.
Yeah, he
yes.
definitely
But even outside of
create
your
the questions.
pre-log-off, were either of you trivia people?
Oh, for sure, yes. Yeah, I was.
But did you have
Yeah.
a usual team name, or did you change it week to week based on current events?
It'd be week to week. I don't even remember what those team names would be. It'd
Right,
be
because
something.
current events-y.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just crass.
Crass, yes, that's also a way to do it.
I'm a crass kind of person.
I always fought
gotta
against
hold back
crass.
a lot.
If you could do current event crass, I was okay with it, but a crass name, I was like, I don't get it. Do you remember your first trivia team name
I do not.
that you created, that you came up with? The first one
I'm
you came
terrible
up
at creating names.
Oh.
Like, everyone else around me creates names. I'm like, that's a great name. Let's go with that.
with. What about you, man?
And same thing with Matt. Like, I'm terrible at creating names. Matt makes most of the names for the brewery, for the beers.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Blueberry
happy.
Pirates, that was him. I love that name. That's
I'm
amazing.
pretty happy with LogOff Brewing.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
I'll stick with that winner.
Okay, you're like, I got one name, and it's good enough.
Yeah, that's all. That's pretty much all I need.
All right, I'm getting a message that I'm supposed to leave or something.
Oh, you gotta head home. And
Yes, so before
Yeah.
we go, you have a beer that came out last month.
Yes.
Yes.
Tell me about it.
It came out last month.
In the future. Now it's coming out shortly.
I love
but in the
this
future,
setup.
it came out a month ago.
I love this.
For listeners
setup.
now, it's already out. But for now, as we are talking
okay.
about,
So we have several beers. So we got the German style Kolsch.
yes.
Coming out this week. What day is today? I don't even know
it's
what day it is.
Wednesday. So coming out in 2 days.
It comes out in 2 days. German style Kolsch.
So
You're
the
actually
10th.
drinking it. It's a little hazy at the moment, but it's going to clear up once it hits the kegs. Yeah. And then we have a Mexican style lager coming out next week on the 16th.
Mexican
Sorry,
You
Independence
just burp
Day.
it out.
Yeah, Mexican Independence Day. And that is going to be a collaboration with our food vendor, Thick Vatos Tacos. And take a look at that label. That label is amazing. That should be on your mud flap on any truck out there in America. Put Thick Vatos Tacos, Mexican lager beer label from LogOff Brewing on your next mud flap. It is great.
Can I get a mock-up of that?
Yes, you can.
Yes,
Okay,
we will
perfect.
give
Yeah.
that to you, Ben.
Perfect. Okay,
Yeah,
great.
because I would love to be on a mud flap. So myself
That's,
and
that's the dream. He's like,
Yeah.
I got this brewery,
Yeah.
but really, I wanted to be
so-
a mud flap
yeah.
model.
He's not even thinking about the beer anymore. It's
Oh,
just
not
a
at all.
vanity,
I'm a mud
vanity
flap model.
project.
It's like that's you can see that everywhere. LogOff Brewing,
Absolutely.
available only in Rancho Cordova.
Yeah.
Mud flaps,
yeah.
touring the world.
think of your classic mud flap girl. But we got 2 Thick Vatos on there, and we're back to back, and it's delightful. And
Are
it's
they eating
it's a
tacos?
silhouette. Oh my god, that would have been better. No, we're not. We're just we're
You're only
sprawled out.
90%
We're
sexy.
sprawled out like
You know, you
Yeah,
have to think of it as
90%.
entertainment while you're eating the
Yeah.
tacos.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or
Okay.
drinking the Mexican lager.
Yes.
I think once. I think maybe next week as a promotional, I'm going to get up on one of our tables, pull a classic mud flap girl, and eat a taco while doing it.
Okay.
We'll get that up
Pose it.
on our website. Yeah.
yeah. Get it
We'll
out
see
there.
if our.
Maybe
I'm
that's
glad
the
we
two of
recorded
you.
all this.
Oh yeah.
Maybe the two of you back to back.
You
I'm,
and
I'm happy.
Rodrigo.
I'm happy
You and
with that.
Rodrigo,
Me and
yes.
Rodrigo. Yeah.
Okay,
for sure.
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
We
we'll
don't
do it.
need-
Maybe
we
we'll
don't
do it
need-
tomorrow. Maybe I'll have them bring like a soft taco.
Do you have a name for this lager? I know you're very excited about the mud flask, but
It's actually-
their name.
Thick Vatos. So Thick Vatos Tacos
Okay.
is the name of the taco truck, and we just named it right after the
Perfect.
taco truck.
Easy.
Thick Vatos Mexican Lager.
Done and done.
Yeah. So we have the okay. So but you like you were saying, we have the Kolsch. We got the Mexican Lager. After that, we have the Oktoberfest beer. It is a Marzen, and that comes out on the 24th.
Of September.
of September. Yeah, thank you.
Are you doing a Oktoberfest event?
We're not actually. The 24th is actually our next comedy night.
Ah, yes, I remember it.
So either we can incorporate Oktoberfest with comedy night, or try and do something a little bit later. This is everything that Matt and I have never discussed before. So
TBD.
TBD.
So be sure to check out our social media. We're on Facebook.
Wait, that's my next question.
Okay.
So
That's a good
where can
segue.
people- yeah, this is how we close out. So we got to get out of here. So where can people find you? LogOff Brewing, learn out about what you got going on, what beers you have going on, all that fun stuff.
So
Where to
you
find
can go to our website, logoffbrewing.com. We're on Facebook, facebook.com/logoffcraftbrewing, or Instagram at LogOff Brewing.
Oh, he knows it all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
well, his job's to know.
Oh, I know. I'm terrible. I didn't,
Yeah. If he had not been here and we had a guest, and I asked you that question, don't worry.
I would have stuttered.
Nobody ever knows, and it's very fun for me. I'm like, what is it? They're like,
Just look up LogOff Brewing in Facebook and Instagram and
It'll pop up.
Just
it will pop up.
just make the beer monkey.
Yeah. Have you?
Yeah.
Are you following a lot of beer accounts?
I will
Just start
dance for
typing
you.
LogOff. It'll autofill, and that's how
Yes.
you'll find it.
LogOff is out there.
Yeah,
now,
type
so-
on LogOff BRE and then it will pop up.
Yes.
Yeah, right. It used to be you could type in BARL on any podcast app,
Burl.
and I would be the first thing. And now people are really creeping into my space on the word barley, which is very infuriating. So now I'm like 5th or 6th. So rate, review, subscribe.
Absolutely. Let's
Please
make
share the
let's
post.
make Barley and Me number 1. when
Bring
you
it back. I used to
type
be
it into Google.
the only result, and now there are several. So let's go ahead and do that. It's mostly my fault for failing to promote it in any way, shape, or form that is meaningful.
I don't know, with 130 plus episodes under your belt, like
Well, let me tell
You
you,
should
the,
be.
the secret to doing 150 plus episodes.
oh my god, 150
is
plus.
Not quitting. And that's the
Yeah.
end of the
Never
list of
stop
things.
stopping.
Yeah, never stop, never stopping. You've seen
Oh,
it. Pop
you
star.
got it. Yes.
Yeah, great. Also, you know who's in that movie? Mikey Winfield, winner of the NBC stand-up NBC from Sacramento, California. However,
all
his part
ties
got caught,
together.
so you only see him as a shadow. However, he has a very recognizable silhouette as he has a giant afro. Wonderful. All
Now I
right.
want to watch this.
Yeah, you'll see it when the opening band that he brings with him, like the rapper that comes along with him. In that band, he's one of the hype men, but his part got cut, so it's mostly just his afro and shadow when they show the scene. He's also supposed to be a major character in The Office, but they cut that entire storyline.
Oh, did they?
What?
Yeah, they brought in like season 6. They were like, we're gonna do a storyline about like all the people that work in the shipping
Oh, in
area.
the office? Or
No,
the,
in the shipping area.
Yeah.
And so they hired all these people to do it, and they're like, it's not working. And they cut all of it, so you got like 2 lines. It was supposed to be like a season-long character arc.
Damn.
no.
Now I want to go back and watch that.
Yeah. Anyway,
Well,
Mikey
like I
Winfield's
already
great.
did during the pandemic.
Mikey Winfield also hosts the Comedy Night Movement. Okay. Down the road. That's a
Sounds
plug
fun to
not
me.
necessary. All right, Barley and Me. How do
Talk
you
to
find
Matt.
it? Let's do the Barley and Me. You can find Barley and Me across social media at Barley and Me Pod. You can go to barleyandmepod.com. Email questions, comments, concerns, guest ideas, brewery ideas to barleyandmepod@gmail.com or barleyandmepodcast@gmail.com. You can also check out my basketball and beer podcast, Please Dunk Responsibly, with my co-host Phil Webster. I also engineer a advice podcast between 2 female comedians called It's Crazy You're in My Business. Check that out wherever you get your podcasts. Comedy, I'm doing so much of it in the production aspect, not so much the doing it aspect. All right, I think we've done enough.
We've done it way too much.
All right,
I know.
This has been episode 100.
This has been a great time. Thank you very much,
of
Ben.
Barley and Me with Jim Noss and Matt Risse from LogOff Brewing. Thank you so much.
Log off and have a beer and do what you want to do.
Yeah, any final parting words?
I think he did enough.
All right. And I've been your host, Ben Rice. Thanks so much for listening. Get home safe.
Bye.